Hi, my name is Megan Ward, and I'm going to be reviewing a chapter book series today called The Sisters Grimm. I love The Sisters Grimm because it has mystery, fantasy, fairy tale, everything that you like wrapped up into one great book. Now, these series are chapter books, however, they also include some pictures. In, they have one picture in each chapter, so you can kind of get a feel for what's going on. You have Sabrina here. And over here, you can see some of the fairy tale creatures. So this book is about two sisters, Sabrina and Daphne. And one day they come home from school and their family is gone. They don't know where they are. They don't know what happened to them. So they get put into foster care. While they're in foster care, they find out that they have a grandma that they never knew about. And they go to live with their grandma in this tiny little town. And this town is weird, it's strange, their grandma's strange, they don't understand it. Well, as they're going throughout the story, they come to find out that they are descendants of the Brothers Grimm, who wrote all the fairy tales. And not only are they descendants of the Brothers Grimm, but that all the stories they ever wrote about all the different fairy tales are true. And that this town is full of all those different fairy tale creatures and princesses and different characters. And that the town is meant to keep all the fairy tale creatures in and to keep the world safe from all these fairy tale creatures. And the role of all the Grimm family members and descendants is to keep them in and to keep everything in harmony. So, as these girls are going about, they're learning about different fairy tale creatures, they're befriending them, making enemies out of some of them, and all the while, they are on a hunt to find out what happened to their parents because they know that a fairy tale creature took their parents and they are on a hunt to find out who. So it's a cute little book about two sisters becoming fairy tale detectives, is what they call themselves. Um, so I just wanted to read a short little excerpt, excuse me, um, to show you like some of the suspense in this book. So it says Sabrina scrambled through the darkness, armed with a shovel and using the cold stone walls as a guide. Each step was a challenge to her balance and senses. She stumbled over jagged rocks and accidentally kicked over an abandoned tool, sending a clanging echo off the tunnel walls. Whatever was waiting for her in the labyrinth knew she was coming now. Unfortunately, she couldn't turn back. Her family was somewhere in the twisting maze, and no one else could help them. So that was an excerpt about her friend going down to the labyrinth trying to find her family. So I love this book because it really talks about the importance of family and that these girls, they don't care what happens, but they know that they're going to find their family. And it also has some very comical parts in it as well with they befriend a fairy named Puck, who is a Puck from Shakespeare, or a fairy from Shakespeare's Midnight or Midsummer's Dream, and he is very comical. They find just all these different characters, and they're very funny, and some of them are exactly what you think they would be, and then some of them are the exact opposite of what you think they would be. So this is a really great book, and I would encourage anybody to read it to their children that are starting to read chapter books, that are starting to get a little starting to transition from picture to chapter, because it still does have easier words and it still does have some pictures, but it's a great read. It's funny, it'll leave you in suspense, and it is an overall great book, and I would recommend anybody to read it.